Jessica eaten by a dolphin. What really happened? Full video. The ocean was calm that morning, the kind of peace that hides danger beneath its blue surface. Jessica smiled as she reached out toward the playful dolphins, unaware that cameras were rolling, capturing what would soon become one of the internet's most shocking videos. People called it an attack. Others said it was fake. But what really happened that day was far stranger, and far more tragic, than anyone imagined. This isn't just another viral clip, this is the untold truth behind the moment Jessica disappeared beneath the waves. Jessica Hale was no ordinary traveler. At 27, she had explored jungles, deserts, and deep-sea reefs, chasing stories most people only dream of. Her latest trip took her to the crystal waters off New Zealand, where swimming with dolphins was supposed to be the highlight of her life. Friends described her as fearless, someone who believed the ocean could never harm her. But that belief was tested on a bright summer morning when joy turned into chaos. Within minutes, laughter became screams, and the world witnessed something it had never seen before. The footage begins like a postcard, sunlight glittering across turquoise waves, Jessica's laughter echoing over the water. A small group of tourists floated nearby, feeding fish and watching the dolphins glide around the boat. Everything looked perfect. The crew even joked that it was one of the calmest mornings they'd seen all season. Jessica slipped into the water, her GoPro attached to her wrist. Dolphins circled her playfully, clicking and chirping, a symphony of ocean life. She stretched her hand toward one, a large male named Kai. He had been seen hundreds of times before, known for his curious nature and gentle behavior. But that day, something was off. The dolphins' movements changed. Their circles grew tighter, faster. One of the guides called out, "Jess, come back to the boat." She didn't hear him, or maybe she did, and thought it was just another routine warning. Kai darted toward her, brushing past with a sudden burst of power. Jessica giggled at first, thinking it was part of the play. But seconds later, the water churned violently. The dolphins' whistles turned frantic. Another tourist screamed as Jessica disappeared beneath the surface. The camera caught only glimpses, flashes of silver bodies, waves, a hand breaking through the water, then sinking again. In the chaos, no one could tell what had happened. Some claimed Kai rammed her, others believed she panicked and swallowed water. Within minutes, the peaceful blue had turned red with blood. The crew pulled her out, unconscious, her arm badly torn. The rescue boat sped toward the nearest dock while one of the guides kept pressing on her chest. Someone filmed everything. That shaky footage would later explode online, gathering millions of views within hours. Comments flooded social media. Dolphin turned killer. This can't be real. Why was she even swimming there? But experts who reviewed the footage noticed details most people missed. The dolphins weren't attacking, they were panicking. A sudden underwater vibration, possibly from a passing motorboat, had triggered their stress response. Kai's strike wasn't out of rage, it was confusion, an instinct to protect the pod. Unfortunately, Jessica was caught in that chaotic moment. By the time rescuers reached the harbor, it was too late. The sea, once her comfort, had become her grave. The dolphins lingered near the area for days after, circling the boats, as if waiting for her return. The viral headlines never told that part of the story. They sold fear, not truth. Because the truth wasn't about a dolphin attack, it was about how nature's smallest misunderstanding can turn fatal when humans forget where they stand in the wild. The uncut footage, the one never shown on social media, revealed the truth. Just seconds before Jessica vanished beneath the waves, Kai had released a desperate series of clicks and squeals, sounds marine biologists later identified as distress calls. Another dolphin nearby had been tangled in a fishing line just below them, thrashing wildly. Jessica, unaware of the chaos underneath, swam closer, right into the frenzy. Kai's sudden charge wasn't an attack, it was an attempt to push her away. But in that frantic motion, his powerful tail struck her chest, knocking the air from her lungs. Disoriented, she sank deeper as the pod scattered in confusion. When divers later analyzed the GoPro footage recovered from her wrist, they saw her final moments, arms reaching upward, the water clouded with sand and blood, and dolphins circling helplessly around her. The tragedy wasn't born from violence, but from misunderstanding, a collision between human curiosity and the raw instinct of the wild. Yet the internet didn't want nuance. They wanted fear, outrage, and clicks. Headlines screamed, "Dolphin attack," while the truth drowned quietly beneath the noise, just like Jessica, beneath the waves she loved. In the days that followed, the ocean grew silent. The local authorities closed the area, placing warning buoys and signs that read, "Restricted Zone, Marine Stress Area." Jessica's family refused to blame the dolphins. Her father later said in an interview, she knew the risks. The sea was her peace. She wouldn't want anyone to hate the creatures she loved. Marine experts use the tragedy as a lesson, a reminder that wild animals, no matter how friendly they seem, live by instincts we can't always predict. Humans visit their world as guests, not rulers. Weeks later, divers reported seeing Kai again, swimming alone near the same reef, moving slowly, almost cautiously, as if haunted by what had happened. Jessica's story spread across the world, not just as a warning, but as a whisper from the deep, respect the ocean, or it will teach you how small you truly are. Because sometimes, the sea doesn't choose who it takes, it simply reminds us who's in control.